Continuing to follow the breaking news southwest of Austin after 15 people were killed today at an elementary school, 14 of them children. Sadly, the city of Uvalde now joins the infamous list of places scarred by mass violence. NBC News released this photograph of the shooter that Governor Greg Abbott identified this afternoon as 18-year-old Salvador Ramos of Uvalde. NBC News says the image you see here is a previous photograph but did not elaborate on when it was taken.
The details are still coming in, but we do know, per the governor, the shooter is dead. He apparently had a handgun and a possible rifle when he entered the school. A motive is still unknown. The governor says he reportedly shot his own grandmother before abandoning his vehicle and going into Robb Elementary School. This school, serves second, third, and fourth graders and has about 600 students. We do know one teacher is among those killed. A 10-year-old girl is in critical condition, as well as a 60-year-old. Federal officials say at least one Border Patrol officer was shot as well.
When parents drop their kids off at school, they have every expectation to know that they're going to be able to pick their child up when that school day ends. And there are families who are in mourning right now, and the state of Texas is in mourning with them for the reality that these parents are not going to be able to pick up their children.
President Joe Biden has been briefed on the matter, and we do want to take you live now to D.C., and there you see Marine One has landed. We do expect to hear from the president tonight. We know he's coming back from overseas, and he is expected to talk about the tragic events that have unfolded here in Texas.
Austin's We Are Blood is encouraging blood donations as a show of support after the shootings in Uvalde. In a statement released this afternoon, the blood bank in Austin said they're in a position to help if needed, and they're encouraging donations locally to make sure they can help out in Uvalde, while still maintaining a stable supply here in Central Texas. And the Democratic candidate for Governor Beto O'Rourke just tweeted out, he wrote, "Our broken hearts are with Uvalde."
Senator Chris Murphy from Connecticut took to the Senate floor begging senators to do something. Murphy came to Congress representing Sandy Hook. That's where 26 students and educators were killed in Newtown back in 2012, the area he represented as congressman.
It will not solve the problem of American violence by itself, but by doing something, we at least stop sending this quiet message of endorsement to these killers whose brains are breaking, who see the highest levels of government doing nothing, shooting after shooting.
For many, what happened today conjures up images of other shootings, and since Sandy Hook, the online gun violence archive says the U.S. just passed more than 17,000 lives lost to gun violence. That includes suicides. But of mass shootings, there have been now over 200. Going further in depth, here's some of the notable ones in Texas in just the last 5 years. In 2017, a shooter killed 26 people at the First Baptist Church in Sutherland Springs, that's southeast of San Antonio. The next year, a student at Santa Fe High School in between Houston and Galveston killed 10 people. The El Paso Walmart store shooting, a shooter admitted to targeting the Hispanic community in that one. 22 died and many others were hurt. And less than a month later, 7 others were killed in a shooting in Midland and Odessa. And then today, Uvalde. So far, we know of 15 people dead. After the Santa Fe shooting in 2018, Governor Abbott laid out an extensive school safety plan. Lawmakers responded by passing several bills aimed at preventing future tragedies, such as this one today unfolding in Uvalde.
KXAN investigator Avery Travis has been digging into what changes have been implemented.
Nearly 50 pages of recommendations ranging from millions of dollars to support mental health initiatives for kids to also increasing the number of school marshals who are able to carry guns on public school campuses. A big part of this wide swath of efforts actually took place right south of us in San Marcos at Texas State University. A group called the Texas School Safety Center ramped up the number of training materials and programs it offered to district officials, law enforcement, teachers, even students across the state. According to their website, right now they served as many as 3,600 districts in fiscal year 2020, a huge jump up from fiscal year 2018. One of those programs in particular, a threat assessment training that is now mandatory across the state. In the aftermath of the Santa Fe tragedy, lawmakers required school districts to set up threat assessment teams of people trained to spot any red flags or threats before they ever materialize. We've reached out to the center and we're now digging to get a better idea of which Texas school districts have implemented this threat assessment training and some of the other recommendations from the school safety plan. But as we said, with dozens of recommendations and several hefty bills that passed back then, we're piecing together where each of these efforts stand, especially in Uvalde, but also right here in Central Texas. We'll keep digging into it throughout the evening for you. Back to you.
Avery, thank you so much for the update, and we will have continuing coverage on the Uvalde school shooting throughout the night. You can look for updates on KXAN.com. NBC News will bring you President Biden's remarks coming up now in the 7 p.m. hour right here on KXAN, and we'll have more live reports tonight on KXAN News at 9 on the CW Austin and 10 p.m. right here on KXAN.